Hello, dismembers, and welcome to more Gore movie reviews. I'm Jen, and tonight I will be giving you a review of a movie called The Wretched. It is not a big release, movie-wide, nationwide release. It's just kind of one of those. I wouldn't call it a B rate. I would call it an A minus rate, is what I kind of classify that as. It's not quite up there where it's like, the best, they have like A-list actors or even semi-A-list actors. It's kind of more of unknowns, and that's okay. It doesn't have to have an A-list cast to be a good movie. In fact, sometimes the best movies, especially scary movies, are when you don't know shit about the cast. You have no reference, no frame of reference where these people came from. They just were picked, they were good for their role, it just worked. So this movie actually was pretty good. It is definitely worth at least a once over. I would suggest it. I think it's a good way to spend some time. If you are looking for a couple hours to kill, you can't find anything that you really have your heart set on rewatching, or you just want to watch something new that doesn't suck. The Wretched is good. It is, I believe it's on Hulu. Please forgive me for not doing the research on that, but I believe it's on Hulu for free. It's on one of the streaming channels for free. It's not Netflix and it's not Amazon, so it has to be Hulu. Yeah, it's on Hulu. Otherwise, even if you rent it at a Redbox, it's worth it. It's definitely worth the $2, I would say, to watch it. I liked it better than the movie that I watched the day before, which was The Pale Door. I did a review on that movie. It wasn't great. I would not recommend it. But The Wretched is something different. The Wretched is not something that I have not seen before. I can't put my finger on movies with similar plots, even though they're a dime a dozen. I've seen the concept before. I'm familiar with what the movie is about. Again, I try to stay away from giving synopsis. If you want to read the synopsis, please feel free to look up The Wretched and read it yourself, because I don't want to accidentally spoil it for anybody. I will say that it is what you probably think it's going to be, but it's not bad. It's not like I saw this coming, it was predictable and the execution was shitty. No, it was executed well. It was Gouda. It was what I like to call it, good cheese. It's a little cheesy, but in the good way. In the way that you're like, okay, I kind of see where this is going, but I don't hate it, that I know what's happening right now. The effects were good. They weren't overused. What I don't like, I do not like it in movies when one thing works and then they use that to death throughout the whole rest of the fucking movie. You're just like, oh God, shut up. Babadook was one of those. That noise that it made. Am I thinking of The Ring? Or no, am I thinking of The Grudge? That noise. If there's a noise, or something similar to that, I don't know, I sound constipated, but that, you get what I'm saying. There's like a noise and they use it to death. Other than The Grudge, I think Babadook did it too. And I was just like, okay, come on, like, ugh. This movie has little parts of things like the little body twitch trick that they do. That's not really a spoiler. A lot of horror movies do that. But it's good when used sparingly and in the right context and in the right spots. And this movie was good at that. It was good with its scares. It was smart where they put it. They didn't overdo it. Sorry, I feel like I'm salivating for some reason. The cast was good, no names, but still really good. Even the child actors were good, which, God, some child actors, you're just like, why? Let's see. The effects were good. CG wasn't overdone and nuts and crazy. I think, you know what? This is totally off topic and out of left field. I think I'm going to review, was it Color of Space. It's a Nicolas Cage. I love Nicolas Cage. You'll learn that about me. I have a weird affinity for him, but I think it was Color of Space. It's an H.P. Lovecraft inspired movie. No, I didn't like it. I want to review it at some point. But wow, I don't even know how I got on that from The Wretched. It has a lot of cool props that are legitimately conducive to the plot and not just kind of put there to look cool or create the ambience. And because sometimes set design is pretty awful. Like, it's pretty rando. Oh, that looks cool and scary, let's put that cow skull in there, and like, it's not. It was smart with its designs, and it didn't go overboard, with what it was trying to do and indicate. I'm trying to explain this. I like it when horror movies incorporate nature. That's a concept. I mean, that's pretty clear, right? When they can incorporate the element of nature or the spirit of nature or part of nature, like trees or lakes, even flowers, and they incorporate it into horror in a smart way that makes sense to the plot and is genuinely creepy. I would say my favorite movie that does that, and this movie I will praise until the end of time, is The Antichrist by Lars von Trier, I think is the director. That movie is fucking excellent. Mwah. It used to be on Netflix. It's not anymore. I don't even know how you can watch it now. But if you come across a movie called The Antichrist, it's with Willem Dafoe and Joanna Gaines. I think that's her name. But she's great. She is great. And that movie is fucking phenomenal, and it's excellent at tying nature into horror. So I would say that the makeup effects of this movie were pretty decent. In some, like, shot by shot, you can kind of see, like, in little mini seconds, you're like, oh, okay, like, you're like, all right, it's not over the top, scary, crazy, like, it could maybe have been done a little better, but it wasn't bad. I liked it. It wasn't what I was expecting. But it was good nonetheless, and it was still creepy. The movements were fucking creepy. They did a great job. The suspense, excuse me, was good. The suspense was good. Almost hiccuped. So kudos for that. It was Gouda. Would I recommend it again? Yes. It's definitely worth a once over. Would I buy it? No, I would not add it to my collection, but I would watch it once, and if there was absolutely kind of nothing else, and I had a friend over and I was like, well, this movie's pretty good, do you want to watch this one? I would watch it again with a friend, but I wouldn't go out of my way to rewatch it alone. So I would say still though, like, that's pretty good for me. I'm pretty particular about movies. So if it was bad, I would say it was bad and don't watch it. But yeah, definitely. So having said that, again, I can't really think of movies that are kind of similar to it right now, but please feel free in the comments if you've seen it and you know one, then feel free to leave in the comments, like, if you like that, you would like these. I love when people participate and kind of get in on this. Spoiled Rotten. Do I even have anything to spoil, really, that I want to talk about? No. Okay, let's do this real quick. I'm not gonna go too long into this, but let's do. So if you do not want to be spoiled, click off now, please. Click off. I will spoil. Spoil alert. Okay, now, so if you're watching now, you've either seen it already or you don't give a fuck about being spoiled. You don't care about plot points and stuff like that being talked about. So this movie basically, it's a possessed mother who makes her husband, they feed off children. This creature, right? Evil ancient entity, lives in the woods, kind of witchy vibes, but feeds off children, possesses the mother, steals the children away, fucking makes the husband forget that there was ever a child involved. Probably always is the plan to kill the husband in the first place, ruin the family, and kind of keep going, right? And even though you kind of see it coming, and again, you know that it's happening, you're not disappointed. They do a pretty good job with keeping the pace and keeping it creepy. They don't make it so that you're bored. I don't think there was a time where I was bored, honestly. I think they could have pushed it further. Now that I think about it, I really do think they could have pushed it further. They didn't, but that's okay. Do I think that they should make a sequel? No. I don't think that they could do anything to kind of further that story or amp it up or do anything different or expand that concept any further, really. It would be like a Sinister thing where a different family, same situation, same monster, and Sinister 2 was not great. I don't think they should have even made it, to be honest. The first one was great. Second one, doesn't need a sequel. So, in any case, thank you guys so much for watching. I am open to suggestions too, so if you want to leave a comment on something that maybe you want to see me review, if I like that idea, I might just review it. Sit tight and keep it haunted, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.